where two oceans meet, close to the most southern point of the African continent, is CapeNature South Africa. Home to thriving populations of captivating animals, occupy not only the land, the sea, but also the skies. They know the wind story. They control the paths in the air. The hungry pilgrims arrive in time to pay the respect to the deceased and to clear them away in a matter of minutes. The creamy-colored angels from heavens, the skydivers of death. My name is Gift Munsaka, a Darwin Leader from Zimbabwe. I am visiting CapeNature Reserve in South Africa with the Darwin 200 starting the Cape Vulture of Potberg Mountains. Cape vultures are the species of old world vulture that can be found throughout the southern Africa. With a wingspan of up to 2.6 meters, they are the second largest species of vulture on the continent. They live and breed in colonies throughout South Africa, Lesotho, Botswana, and northern part of Namibia. CapeNature Reserve is home to the most southern of these colonies, comprising of around 170 breeding pairs of vultures. Vultures famously have a bad reputation as dirty, ugly scavengers. Some cultures see them as a bad omen or a bringer of death, but this could not be further from the truth.
It's probably things that we learn from childhood is, it's such an ugly bird and it's dirty and, covered in blood and poking its head into carcasses. It doesn't look pretty, but it's a really important animal and there's some amazing things about them. They've got incredible eyesight. They can spot a carcass, Cape vultures, probably in open terrain from 6 kilometers away. They're fantastic flyers. They're really good parents. Both parents look after the chicks for many months until they're big enough to start flying, and even afterwards, they still feed them. So, I guess we all know that you shouldn't judge by appearances, and that's true for vultures as well.
It's one of those animals, you see them in size, but it's not an animal to be scared of. It's an animal or specifically a bird species to protect. Since they play such a big role in the whole ecological system. And of course, what they do is, in this area, we have a lot of farmland. So if we didn't have vultures in this area, there's so many diseases that's breaking out. They're actually protecting us without us knowing. Because we're used to having a flu or fever. If those vultures were not here, we would have gotten some other diseases that they take care of, and we don't see it every day.
In my home country, Zimbabwe, I live next to Hwange National Park, where I've observed many other species of vultures. But now I'm at CapeNature Reserve. I want to take a chance to observe a vulture myself. After a bumpy drive, dead tricky road, a long walk up to side of mountains, we finally made it to Cape Vulture viewing platform. We saw so many vultures, but always very far away from us. Their perches were far on the other side of the valley. And they took flight, the wind took them high into the skies. While it was beautiful to see them, I wanted to get a closer look. I wanted to look them in the eyes and have some connection with them. But this meant climbing up on the other side of the valley, which is much longer and steeper climb. So, in the next morning, we woke up early, got in the car, and drove back to Potberg to start climbing those mountains again. And we climbed and climbed and climbed. The part of Zimbabwe I'm coming from, it doesn't have mountains, so this was completely a new experience for me. And then all of a sudden, there we were. thousands of vultures all around us, basking in the suns, waiting for air to warm enough to take a flight on the rising thermals. As they took to the air, they soared past us in every direction, sometimes so close you could hear the wind rushing over their wings. It definitely wasn't easy to get to this point, but it worth every step. Unlike many other colonies in southern Africa, this population of Cape vultures in Potberg Mountains is increasing. As I stood watching the birds soar by me, I wondered, what was so different about this colony that allowed them to thrive whilst the other colonies suffered? Join me in the next episode where I will explore the threats faced by Cape vulture throughout southern Africa and investigate the success of Diop's thriving colony.